My name is Dennis Lendenkof. I'm a founder of Robo Sculptor. Thanks for having me. Our company builds a robotic AI complex that is designed to perform a massage, lymph drainage, and sports mechanical application. So mechanotherapy for sportsmen, for aesthetic purposes to decrease the volumes, and just for well-being. There is a big demand, especially in Europe and in US, where there is a workforce shortage in wellness, the workforce shortage of therapists. And it's not only a replacement of workforce of therapists, because it's almost impossible to replace a human touch. So what is massage actually? So it's a mechanical therapy, it's a physical application, and it is a human touch as well. So we need to perform a treatment doing some algorithm, but still some people go for a treatment to get treated and for a chit chat. And some people go for a chit chat and to have a treatment. Whereas some people don't like to have a chat and want to get relaxed. Some people have considerations about privacy. They don't want to be touched by strangers. We don't know how big this cohort is, because before there were no massage without humans, right? Human to human. Now it's going to be possible, so we will see how many people will like such type of treatment. It's very curious. I'm very curious about it.
You mentioned privacy, that's important, and we have clients in common. Privacy is one of them. Convenience. It eliminates many barriers that our clients would have, hence why they rent our equipment from ourselves. Do you see this self-service modality, recovery modality or device becoming as common as gyms or saunas or other modalities that perhaps people have already become accustomed to?
Definitely, but there are several parts of the technology we should consider. With a sauna, like heating, for example. With a sauna, where you have a high temperature, and a sauna, let's say it is used by multiple people, if you have high temperature, all the germs get killed with a high temperature, where sauna delivers high temperature, for example. If we are talking about cryo cabins, so there is another level of a risk, so you need to, if you position a sauna, the temperature is like 60 degrees, and if somebody gets unwell, she might just go out of the cabin and relax. With a cryo cabin, it's a little bit more risky. You still need a surveillance, but we do have surveillance in swimming pools of a lifeguard, and I think such facilities need to be surveillanced by an administrator. Big communities or a fitness club does deliver such service, and in private homes, of course, this is the responsibility of it's a private facility. It's the responsibility of a homeowner, and I believe that such concepts such as saunas or cryo cabins, red light technology, and body contouring, body treatment, mechanical body treatment, such as massage, different parts of one complex as a way to more energized life.
Yeah, but I would imagine that these would become quite popular amongst a certain group of people, having the robotic massage, should we say, because it solves many of the goals or challenges that clients have in regards to if they don't have the time, they want the privacy, they don't quite feel comfortable with other people touching their bodies, etc. They want, as again going back to the privacy of this, cost time, not having to book an appointment, I personally can imagine this becoming or being popular amongst, especially our client, who already have told us that they want these such things. It's just a case of how do we deploy the Robo Sculptor into people's homes.
So I think for people who, especially for people who have multiple flights, after long flight, the body is swollen, and you arrive at 24 at 0 o'clock, 1 a.m., and there is no therapist available somewhere in Europe or in the US. And if you have a therapy at home that might make you relief of a lymph drainage, you feel much more comfortable, especially in Dubai, where a lot of people have a transit from US to Asia. So I just read an article somewhere in the media. It's no way I will make a short term transition layover in Dubai. So it's better that somebody stays for a couple of days to tour, or to stay to relax for a couple of days. And for such 2 days, 3 days layovers, let's say such homes filled in with relaxation procedures, with wellness devices, might be a higher proposition, like a more unique proposition for those types of travelers.
Understood. And talking of homeowners and real estate in particular, wellness technologies are becoming quite popular amongst landlords and these hospitality places that want to enhance the experience for their residents, their guests, their clients, their homeowners, etc. How do you see body sculpting technology, or the Robo Sculptor, fitting into this trend? And do you see that it could enhance the current wellness offerings? Does it set a new standard?
There is a trend in our life, like especially in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in the UAE in general. There is a culture of delivery at home, for home, whatever you want it. So starting from food, services, etc., etc. Such trend is called cocooning, if I'm not mistaken.
Cocooning.
And some cocooning.
Never heard of this term.
Like encapsulating. So you can get delivered whatever you want, and you stay at home at all times. You have Zoom calls, and you don't go out. Some things are just pretty heavy to carry to the patient. Like, of course, you can get a delivery of a therapist, but there is a consideration of privacy. That's one consideration, and the second, the quality. If a therapist has 5-4 sessions a day, the 6th session is not going to be very much effective. And the protocol, and in lymph drainage, it is much more important to follow a protocol, and it's a physically demanding procedure. For physical power, we have electricity. Why to use people just to continue to roll the wheel? So it can be done by electrical power, and algorithms can be done by a 6-axis collaborative arm, which is pretty safe and designed for human-machine interaction. And such machines are too big to be delivered on demand, so they should be placed on a steady basis. And I just think that access to human therapy, to massages performed by therapists, is going to be more expensive, less acceptable in the future. And the curve of robotic components, their cost is going down, while the workforce shortage rises and the salaries level rises up. So we're going to see more acceptable devices, such as for home use. Our devices more for professional use, and it's like 200 plus K US dollars. So it's more or less B2B device for the moment. But in the future, it's going to be more. Such components and technologies will become more affordable.
No, I agree. I like your point on how when you do consider a massage therapist, for instance, and the amount of clients that they have and the amount of hours that they do, and this is not factoring in the hours in between clients that they have to do traveling and commuting, and then that affects their standard. And then if it's 6 or 7 clients per day over a period of a week, it can become quite challenging. So thank you for sharing. I do believe this will standardize and improve the standards for sure. Perhaps not so accessible for homeowners just yet, as you quite rightly said, especially on demand, but you're already seeing wellness spaces already having this as a prominent modality in their spaces, and for the reasons that you've just mentioned. Talking of homeowners again, and especially I was sharing off camera with you how we have one client, a landlord, who is actually renting products from ourselves because he's split testing whether it attracts guests to stay at one apartment over another apartment, even though the apartments are identical, though that one has recovery modality. That might be the thing that attracts people over those that don't. I think I know the answer to this question, but we might as well touch on it. But do you think devices like Robo Sculptor is a must-have for such places? If these trends are showing that people nowadays really want the convenience of having these at their place of staying, over having to have the trouble of traveling, finding, researching, and perhaps not having such a good experience finding external resources rather than just having it all in one place. Do you see the Robo Sculptor being such an important, integral part to these landlords, these homeowners, these property developers that are looking to enhance their experience overall?
I'm very curious about the result of this A/B testing, because that's the point. What I was considering while looking at what is the ideal customer profile for Robo Sculptor, which industry is that, aesthetics, wellness, or real estate, and was like, what can be our unique sales proposition for such landlords. And if in one area, in one villa, you have a recovery area, and in the other villa you don't, so it's understood that the villa that does have this recovery area will increase in the value much more higher. So it's going to be increased value in such proposition, other than just a bare villa without any conveniences or to be energized during the day. So because energy and our well-being, our performance, that's the quality of our lives, and definitely in the future we will need to have it on demand in our homes available.
Personally, I would be attracted, as you quite rightly said, to a place that had such modalities, because I'm all about convenience, and I like to continue my routine away from home if I'm traveling, and if I'm especially moving to Dubai for not only a short period of time, but maybe a long period of time due to moving for work, career, whatever it might well be. I like to continue the routine that I had from where I was traveling from. And if I can, or somebody can make that easier for me. Talking of technology and a space that you're deep into, and my background being from fitness, there's a rise of self-optimization technologies. The future of recovery in particular is becoming more personal and data-driven, and AI. What role do you think robotics and AI will play in the evolution of fitness and wellness from your perspective and your research and the industries that you're entering?
Definitely, I see that AI will contribute into personalization. The proposition on the market is not going to be the same general for everybody. So it's going to be unique for everybody in order to suit to every customer's demand. You need to adhere to parameters that a person is expecting, and AI may do it in a tailored way, more personalized. In our system, for example, we save so it's not AI, it's more of personalization, where we can save the parameters and preferences of a patient, where a patient feels uncomfortable and wants the robot to decrease the pressure in some particular area, and somewhere where you need to have an attention or to increase the pressure to feel much more comfortable. So we might save all those preferences and expand it the next time when the patient is visiting. So it increases the retention of the patients, and it makes the treatment more attractive. The apps that use like personalization using AI models, I think that is a key. In particular, we use our artificial intelligence to increase the speed of pose detection, because if a patient slightly moves, the robot should reroute its trajectory and adhere to the patient's current pose in the current moment of time. And AI makes it possible to make it very quickly using GPUs, of course. So it's a faster way of processing, of image processing, of computer vision. So in our case, machine learning and AI is a part of technology rather than of customer experience.
Understood. And we alluded to it earlier, do you think there will always be a place for human-led therapies, or do you think this will become fully automated?
I think that human therapists will definitely stay, because the hand-human touch is unique. Some people definitely want to visit a therapist, and human hand is a 27 dimensions of freedom, whereas cobot is only 6 or 7 or 8 dimensions of freedom. So human hands can be soft, can be hard. There are just different shapes how you can position your hands and even arms, because some techniques are made with elbows. But in our population grows and the number of therapists goes down. So the demand for therapists is going to rise, and they will become less affordable or more expensive, where people have an alternative right now. So you can artificially be treated with a machine and then go to a session with a massage therapist or a relaxation procedure. If you want to get a Balinese massage, there is no way a robot can deliver it.
If you wanted to get a what, sorry?
Balinese massage.
Balinese.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or like...
You took me by surprise while you said that, because of course I'm in Bali right now, and
do you?
Massages, you're quite right. It'd be quite impossible to do it by a robot.
Yeah. So I stand for that robots contribute into massage therapy. It might prepare and save therapists' physical efforts, and then therapists. And you can split the session in two. That's another way where a robot might be an instrument for a therapist in their procedure, in their therapies.
Good point. And I want to come back to the Robo Sculptor itself, and I would try and attempt to paint a picture of what that treatment actually looks and feels like. For those that are listening and watching that might be a bit skeptical or a bit fearful of a robot performing a massage, and I just allude to an earlier conversation of an article actually that I read that was asking the question, I think there was a poll that was going on LinkedIn, would you allow a robot to draw blood over...
to draw blood
over a medical professional? So for those that are listening and watching, what words do you have to say to put them at ease over its perfectly safe treatment, the robot over a human? And what is it, or what resistance have you typically came up against that perhaps you can put people at ease of?
So the safety protocols are the utmost focus of engineers, because engineers are building devices not to hurt people, of course, but for the impact. Safety. One point, we use a collaborative arm that is designed for human-machine interaction, so it doesn't move very fast, and its torque is limited, its force is limited onto the body is limited, by a computer and by hardware as well. We have a patient holds a safety joystick where she may increase the pressure or decrease the pressure, or to make a pause, or to ask a robot stop, where a robot lifts when a patient feels uncomfortable. And of course, there is a red button if something happens. If there is a malfunction, the patient might just press the red button, and the machine stops automatically, lifts a little bit, and the patient has a possibility to stand up. The most unpredictable, if we are talking about technologies, where in most of robotics are designed for industries and industrial area, is a pretty predictable environment, and it's a pretty strict environment. There are safety rules in such facilities, whereas in service areas such as wellness or spa, you cannot make a very strict rule, because people just want to get relaxed there. And the most unpredictable creature in all that system is a human, where we need to create such technology where any behavior of a human is still safe for machine operation. So we can design a perfect machine, but if a human comes and starts malfunctioning.
Yes, that's the word that came to mind.
Angry.
I was asking the question.
Angry,
would clients be worried about the machine malfunctioning? And if it malfunctions, what does it do?
The machine just is designed. If the machine it checks itself, if it's malfunctioning, so it should stop. So there is an internal protocol that continues to check the parameters of the system to control where the robot is positioned, and the predictability. So we announce every movement of the machine so that the patient is aware of what is it doing. Because if you're clear what is going on, so you're okay with that. We're not okay if we don't know what is going to happen. So in our system, we designed it to make patient aware what is going to happen. The robot is going up. It approaches your body. We're going to treat the next leg in a minute, etc.
Fascinating. I think I tried a very early prototype, and I believe it's advanced quite considerably since then. For those that are interested in learning more about the Robo Sculptor, how and where could they find this information, Dennis?
You're most welcome to dive into my LinkedIn, where sometimes I write true posts about what's going on, and to our facility in Dubai Production City, and of course in the internet. It's robo-sculptor.com. You're most welcome to look it through.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for your time, Dennis. And
hopefully we would announce another first machine in Dubai in one of hotels in Dubai in a short period of time. So I would not unveil it in public, but I'll let you know when it's going to launch.
So this allows people to actually perhaps go and try and use it, or could they do that at your facility anyway?
Yeah, they can. So just drop me an email, and we're going to schedule an appointment for those who are curious. And still, we are making tests with people already, because it's a pilot, to get more data. And everybody's most welcome to get treated.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm sure.
Thank you, Joe.
Be excited.
Thank you for the invitation.
No, you're welcome. Thank you very much, Dennis.